कि जो पास परसेंटेज ऑन एन एवरेज 20 to 25% पे था वो सडनली 12% पे कैसे गिर गया?
You know, a subject like pharmacology, a subject like microbiology, and a subject like a pathology, how many videos can you understand when they come in front of you for the first time?
कितना justified है to give them a video based question in the exam? I'm asking specifically because this is one concern कि बहुत सारे students को है.
You have to come out of the book and see things more practically.
Hello guys, I'm Dr. Sandeep, your surgery faculty at MEDIT. आज मैं आपके सामने हूँ to discuss about the recent FMGE exam that was conducted in June 2026. Exam काफ़ी level पे unfair था. There were a lot of challenges. We have seen how our students fought. We also know that every single thing that has happened is not in their favor. And in order to discuss what exactly was the problem और ये क्यों हुआ है, I have with us Dr. Prassan Sir.
Hi, Sandeep.
Hi,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening and welcome to the MEDIT podcast.
Pleasure
So-
to be with you at home.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, just to begin with, मतलब ये जो एग्जाम अभी रिसेंटली निकला है, you have been training students from generations. तो मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल ये है कि जो पास परसेंटेज ऑन एन एवरेज 20 to 25% पे था, वो सडनली 12% पे कैसे गिर गया? What do you think is the real reason behind this?
Ever since I've been teaching the FMG students, I have seen results which were never more than 5%. So when it reached 30%, I thought, yes, this is how it's going to be now. And everybody is going to eventually stay at 30% or more. But yes, what happened this time was a complete change in pattern and the sudden shock value, the abruptness of this exam. That's what took a lot of students by surprise. So that shock value, that instilled a fear of the exam moment it started. And the conditions in which they gave the exam was nothing which helped them. So that's where a lot of students lost it, just the environment and then the shock value of the type of questions, the pattern which suddenly changed. A lot of students who were actually not passing earlier, they have in fact passed this time. But I really feel that, the suddenness of the way the paper was set up, that's what took a lot of students down, and that's why this 12.5%.
I mean, when you say the sudden shift in paper, what exactly do we mean? Are we talking about the level of the exam, type of questions, or the pattern in which they're asked, or entirely a new set?
Dr. Sandeep, look, you're a surgeon and you know that there were none of the topics were like out of syllabus. There's nothing called a syllabus in medicine, but the board stuck to the core topics. What you and me always teach in the class has obviously come in the exam, but they ask the same questions differently.
True.
They ask the same questions differently in a manner which the student who has read integrated, who has read more around the topic, has seen a lot more images, has worked his way into seeing videos. Those students, we have so much of internet and media which is giving us so much of information. So those who have stuck only to the books and have not had much of roundabout knowledge of the topics, they have found this exam a little difficult.
So how...
And that's precisely the reason why the people who have given it for the 6th time or the 8th time, and some people have given for the 11th time, those are the ones who passed it, because the number of times they've appeared for the exam, they have had a roundabout knowledge of the same topic. The topics didn't change much, Dr. Sandeep.
It didn't. I also agree. लेकिन सर मुझे एक सवाल ये भी है कि कितना justified है to give them a video based question in the exam? I'm asking specifically because this is one concern कि बहुत सारे students को है. It is not the question in itself. There are two problems. The problem number one, did all the students were able to see the video of the same quality all across India? Question number two, what they intend to show, was it really the thing that they were actually seeing it? Because we as teachers have not assessed it. They being students, their assessment level might not be to the extent that we have it right now. तो आपको लगता है are our students or India per se is prepared for a video based question?
Look, this is what was the suddenness, like I was talking to you. And all of these students have seen a lot of images. We do the image-based questions, and you as a surgeon and myself as a gynecologist, we operate, and we have so many of our own videos which we've been showing in PW Med and in our live classes, and we have helped. But a subject like pharmacology, a subject like microbiology, and a subject like a pathology, how many videos can you understand when they come in front of you for the first time?
True.
So that's the time where the shock of the questions was a little unfair. I feel that they could have been told that there is a change in pattern. You may get video-based questions, so at least they're mentally prepared about it.
Exactly.
So, and something which I feel is about time all the exams in the post MBBS level, be it the MCI or be it the NEET PG or INSCT, any exam, I feel it's high time that they gave the questions within 2 days of the exam, give the questions online and the answers they're expecting. Because look, for whatever answer, like if you want to say the management of endometriosis is basically do a surgery and take out the cyst wall, but there's a whole lot of number of papers which say, no, it's best to do medical management and go ahead and treat for the infertility. So every teacher who's making a question may think differently.
Exactly, agreed.
So to tell us what they're expecting as answers would be a big first step to know how to read for any exam, whichever pattern comes.
I mean, this is a very fair demand, sir. Matlab, from a board, I mean, I would request them to provide a question paper and answer key. It's not a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, because the students would eventually know कि भाई एम्स में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है और जिपमा वाले ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, and this is how the MCI exam is coming. So we should prepare that way.
Exactly.
You can ask whatever you want.
Exactly.
But what are the answers you're expecting?
I mean, this is like very basic. It's like a fundamental right for any aspirant to provide them a question paper and answer key. I mean, that should happen. Sir, fine. जो हो गया बच्चों के साथ हो गया. मतलब they have gone through. We have been discussing it and we've been raising our voice since beginning. अब मुझे ये बताइए, कोई भी बच्चा जो अभी आपको सुन रहा है and who is going to attempt the Jan 9th वाला FMGE exam and he has fair bit of time from now on, what should he do, or what rather he should not do so that he crosses on Jan 9th?
To stick to the core topics. I mean, all of us, wherever we are teaching, whichever medium you're reading and you're listening to us, I would prefer that you stick to your teachers and read the core topics, but become more constructive in your understanding with more images. And if you see more videos, because YouTube is full of videos, Google Images are full of pictures which you can see, you have to come out of the book and see things more practically. You have to integrate the information which you're getting from us with the videos and the pictures, because until you understand the subject, you're not going to answer the questions which come around the topic. I mean, like if they're asking you the drug of choice or something, you know that, but they'll put up a situation. They'll put up a picture with a situation, and in this situation, what is the drug of choice? It's basically the same. It's basically the same disease which they're talking to you about. But once you have a roundabout knowledge, so by the time you're writing this exam in January, I feel the board would have got the message to give them, sticking to the core topics kind of a question paper. And if there are video-based questions going to come, what's stopping you to see more videos of the disease which you're reading? I mean,
our board is known to do the same thing, like, the old wine and new bottle concept. They just present it different way. As you have rightly said, change the perspective, right? Start seeing those static images in a dynamic form, that is videos. And to help them up, we at Meded have already started the video-based series, which will help you understand the subject better. And every single time, any aspirant, I mean, this is a very genuine question, sir. मतलब मुझसे हर बच्चा जो who is lagging behind, एक सवाल होता है कि सर ठीक है, इस बार नहीं हुआ, अगली बार के लिए मैं ready हूँ. And you are telling me to do X number of questions, 100 questions per day or 200 questions per day. ये बोलना बहुत आसान है from a let's say opinion point of view or a suggestion point of view. How would somebody practice 100 questions a day, and what should be a resource which would be authentic and also gives him that that belief system कि हाँ जो questions मैं कर रहा हूँ और जिस source से मैं कर रहा हूँ वो मेरे लिए helpful है?
they care. For that, we have made this FMG predictor. It is a ready at hand kind of a book where we are giving them questions which are coming for the last few exams. And once you practice this, you're sure that you've done the core topics in all the 19 subjects, because that's what happened this time. Because when students gave this exam, we asked them that how much was this helpful to you in the exam, and they readily said that yes, we could solve more than 81% of the questions. Of course, nobody should claim that it was a 100% kind of a prediction, but nobody can do that. And if somebody is claiming that, it's obviously false. But if we are able to help them with the questions, with the material which we give, and then whichever source they're reading, I mean, if they're not with us, they are with some other sources and other centers, but whichever source you're reading from, trust that teacher. And the easiest way to do the questions is not to do all the Q banks of all the apps and all the institutes which are taking. That is going to only confuse you, because the same question might be given in a different way in different institutes. So the best way to revise is to stick to your favorite teacher and do his or her MCQs. Every teacher has a presence on the national media or on the the social media, and every teacher has a book in which he's expressing his questions. And the best way is to finish the questions of that teacher rather than doing all the questions of all the teachers in that subject.
True.
This is the way which I feel. And the carrier message, even if you don't understand this, the carrier message is that for the last 5 years, you must do the 10 papers of FMG. And if you have the time, you must do INICET first. And last, you should do NEET. So if the carrier message is that if they're doing these 20 papers, that is 10 of MCI and 10 of INICET, so that's 300 MCQs and 20 papers. That's 6,000 MCQs. And taking out the repeats, that's around 4,000 MCQs at least. So all the topics which have possibly come in the exams, you are ready with the answers of all those topics. So you don't miss out on anything.
True. Absolutely. As a fellow educator, one thing that I can vouch, this exam is about how you perform under pressure, not how much you know. It will come from that practice. We have predictor book, which is 2,000 plus questions. As Sir said, if you do consistently 100 questions per day, the book will get over in 20 days. And you can revise it twice. Then you have those 6,000 questions that you can do again 100 questions per day. And you'll be able to do it in the right amount of time frame. And this will add a lot of confidence. So what would be one word that should follow, our aspirants should follow for the next exam?
Discipline. Discipline is something which is lagging in a lot of students, because they have a habit of doing a lot of panic reading in the last 2 months, and that never helped anybody. So a disciplined effort right from today, because you have good 5.5, 6 months left for the exam, and this kind of effort where you're reading regularly, you're regularly reading for the exam, keeping in mind that I must see all the topics which are coming. So that discipline is going to get you through, because you're not aiming to top this exam, you're aiming to pass this exam. Of course, if you pass the exam in a healthy score, then you're already ready for the NEET PG, the next big one. But discipline is something which I want. I want regular reading and constant discussion with your friends. Don't sit in a room and look into an app. That is the worst thing you can do. You should have apps, you should have a method of reading, but if you're not discussing with your friends, then it is not going to stay in your mind, because medicine is just too vast. Remember when we were in MBBS, man, it was looking so, everything was Greek and Latin. Every subject when we started, it became so difficult to understand first 3-4 months, and eventually we would discuss with our friends and understand that they're going through the same. But repeated discussions always helped.
True.
So if you're discussing, I think it always helps. So discipline and discussion, they are the two big words which I want my students to have.
So here's the message which is loud and clear: discipline and discussion. So do not forget these two mantras for your success. We at Medit is always available. We'll guide you through our video lectures, marathon series and our predictor series, and specifically solve this problem. We also have a T&D batch on a predictor series book.
And we are available on demand. I mean, you have to just write to the PW team, and if you have certain doubts and you want to get a instant answer on that, we can always gather all your questions, and one of us can come for the related subject and solve them for you on a video platform, whether it's on the PW platform or on the YouTube. So you can always ask us your doubts as many number of times.
In addition to what Sir said, I also want to tell you that we have a dedicated mentorship group on both Telegram and WhatsApp where you can connect with us 24/7 with all your doubts. You just have to take a screenshot, put it there, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.
All the best, guys.